200 megapixels. It's a number that makes you stop and go, wait, what? We're talking about smartphone cameras packing the kind of resolution we used to associate with high-end DSLRs. But the big question is, does cramming this many pixels onto a tiny sensor actually revolutionize smartphone photography? Or is it just a marketing gimmick? Let's be real, the megapixel race isn't new. We've seen this before. And more megapixels don't always equal better photos. But Samsung's been pushing the boundaries with its 200 megapixel ISOCELL sensors, found in phones like the Galaxy S23 Ultra. These sensors are tiny engineering marvels, but to understand if they're truly game changers, we need to dig a little deeper. We'll break down the tech, compare 200 megapixels to lower resolutions in real-world scenarios, and talk about the trade-offs you need to know. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about the number of pixels, it's about the quality of the image you get. So, buckle up, because we're diving into the world of 200 megapixel smartphone cameras. But before delving deeper, do not forget to hit the subscribe button to get all our new videos. Let's start. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of 200 megapixel performance, let's talk about the tech behind these sensors. Samsung's ISOCELL technology is at the heart of their high-resolution cameras. These sensors are designed to capture more light and detail, even with incredibly small pixel sizes. Think of it like this. Imagine dividing a cake into 12 slices versus 200 slices. Each slice represents a pixel. With 200 million pixels crammed onto a sensor the size of your fingernail, you're working with some seriously tiny pixels. That's where ISOCELL technology comes in. It uses physical barriers between the pixels to reduce interference and improve light sensitivity. Samsung has released a few generations of these 200 megapixel sensors, including the HP1, HP2, and HP3. Each iteration brings improvements in areas like autofocus speed, light sensitivity, and HDR performance. But even with these advancements, the fundamental challenge remains: how do you make such small pixels capture enough light for a good photo, especially in low-light conditions? This is where pixel binning comes in. It's a clever technique that combines data from multiple pixels into one larger pixel, effectively trading resolution for light sensitivity. In 200 megapixel mode, these sensors typically use 16:1 pixel binning, meaning 16 tiny pixels act as one big pixel. This results in a 12.5 megapixel image that's brighter and has less noise, especially in low light. So while you might think you're getting a 200 megapixel photo, you're often getting a 12.5 megapixel image that's been enhanced by combining pixel data. This isn't necessarily a bad thing, as it can lead to better image quality in many situations. But what about when you actually want that 200 megapixel resolution? Well, you can shoot in full 200 megapixel mode. But be prepared for some trade-offs. These files are massive, eating up storage space like crazy. You'll also notice slower processing times as your phone works hard to handle all that data. 200 MP versus 12 MP, a real-world showdown. So how does 200 megapixels actually stack up against lower resolutions in everyday use? Let's compare 200 megapixel mode to the standard 12 megapixel mode found on many flagship phones. In good lighting conditions, you'll notice a difference in detail when zooming in on 200 megapixel shots, but it's not always a night and day difference. The 12 megapixel images still look fantastic, with plenty of sharpness and dynamic range. Where it gets interesting is in low light. Here the 12 megapixel mode with its larger pixels often outperforms the 200 megapixel mode. You get less noise, better dynamic range, and faster shutter speeds, which are crucial for capturing sharp images in dim conditions. When it comes to storage and processing time, the differences are significant. A 200 megapixel image can easily take up 50 megabytes or more, while a 12 megapixel image might only be a few megabytes. This means you'll fill up your phone's storage much faster if you're shooting everything at 200 megapixels. Processing times are also noticeably slower, especially if you're editing photos on your phone. Beyond the hype, the practicalities and limitations of 200 MP. Let's be real, the marketing around 200 megapixel cameras can be a bit misleading. While it sounds impressive, the reality is that most people won't need or even notice the difference in resolution for everyday photos, and in some cases, like low-light photography, lower resolutions with larger pixels can actually produce better results. Another limitation is in specialized shooting modes. Night mode, for example, often defaults to lower resolutions to prioritize light sensitivity and noise reduction. Similarly, portrait mode, which relies on computational photography to create background blur, might not even utilize the full 200 megapixel resolution. So, while 200 megapixel cameras offer incredible detail and flexibility, they're not a magic bullet. It's crucial to understand their limitations and when to utilize their strengths. Sometimes, the best camera is the one that's fast, reliable, and captures great-looking photos in a variety of situations, regardless of the megapixel count. The future of smartphone photography beyond megapixels. So, where does smartphone photography go from here? Will we see even higher resolutions like 400 megapixels or 1 gigapixel? It's possible, but the focus is shifting towards computational photography and AI. We're already seeing incredible advancements in areas like image processing, noise reduction, and HDR. Imagine a future where your smartphone camera can instantly recognize scenes and subjects, automatically adjusting settings to capture the perfect shot. Or imagine 200 megapixel sensors being used in telephoto lenses for incredible zoom capabilities without sacrificing detail. The possibilities are exciting, and it's clear that megapixels are only one piece of the puzzle. As technology continues to evolve, we can expect to see even more innovative features that push the boundaries of what's possible with smartphone cameras. From improved low-light performance to advanced computational photography, the future of smartphone photography is bright, and it's about more than just cramming in more megapixels. 200 MP, innovation or marketing ploy. So, is Samsung's 200 megapixel camera technology truly revolutionary or just a marketing gimmick? The answer, like most things in tech, is nuanced. It's undoubtedly an impressive feat of engineering, packing that many pixels onto a tiny sensor. And in the right conditions like bright daylight and when you need maximum detail, 200 megapixels can be a game changer. But it's not a magic bullet. It comes with trade-offs in storage space, processing time, and low-light performance. In many situations, the standard 12 megapixel mode, enhanced by computational photography, will deliver fantastic results. Ultimately, 200 megapixels is a testament to how far smartphone camera technology has come. It offers incredible detail and flexibility, but it's not always the deciding factor in image quality. As computational photography and AI continue to evolve, we can expect even more innovative features that push the boundaries of what's possible. For now, 200 megapixels is an impressive showcase of technological prowess, but the true revolution in smartphone photography lies in the intelligent combination of hardware and software. Do not forget to share your experience with us in the comments below. Hit the subscribe button. Also, thanks for watching this video and see you soon in the next one. Bye.